Morning students, I welcome you all for the online revision class of business studies. Today we will be going to have the revision of the chapter staffing as we completed marketing. As I said, I will be taking the revision of the backside chapter. So the next chapter after marketing management is staffing. Let us have the revision of staffing, a recall of the points which we have learnt in the staffing chapter. Staffing, first of all, the meaning, students. Staffing means, what do you mean by staffing? Staffing is a process in which we are making all those ideas to be incorporated, which make the selection of the people, the best people for the organization achievement of the goal. So that is known as the staffing, and staffing is not a one-line process. It is having three processes. That is the recruitment, then the selection, and then the training. Now in the modern concept of staffing, we have learned the meaning of staffing, that staffing is just not mean appointing the personnel for the vacant job position, but also it means selection the best people according to the matching of the job requirement with the experience, plus giving them training regarding to the particular job, as well as making their career development in the particular field of employment. So that will make the development of the organization, as well will be making we will be giving the best employees who will be giving the best result for our achievement of target. Let us focus on the staffing more. In that way, first I will not be explaining each and every line. Staffing meaning, as you can see, it consists of manpower, planning, recruitment, selection. You can see, you can tick mark. Staffing consists of manpower planning, how many people are required, recruitment, selection, training, compensation, promotion and maintenance, managerial person. This all process when we include, it means what we are doing, staffing we are doing. Staffing involves another way if we want to learn. Staffing also involves finding the right person for the right job, having the right qualification, doing the right job at the right time. Staffing has been described as a managerial function of filling and keeping field positive in the organizational structure. This is achieved by identifying number of employees required, followed by recruitment, selection, placement, promotion, appraisal, and development of personnel to fill the roles designed into the organization structure. Definition of staffing by different authors, when we see, the managerial function of staffing involves maintaining the organizational structure through proper and effective selection channel, appraisal and development of personnel to fill the roles designed into the structure. That is said by Coons and O'Donnell. Scope of staffing, when we see, traditionally the role of scope of staffing was restricted to filling job positions only, but today in the modern concept, staffing is much more than filling the job position. Today staffing means selection, training and development, compensation, appraisal and providing working conditions to employees. Due to increase in number of activities of staffing functions, staffing is no more routine function of every manager, but specialized and expert managers are required to perform the staffing function. Large organizations prefer to have a separate department to carry on staffing function. This department is known as Personnel Management Department or Human Resource Development Department. Important need, benefits, advantages of staffing, when we see, student, efficient staff can help to attain number one position in market, and inefficient staff can bring you down in the market. The performance of an organization depends upon the performance of its employees. Proper staffing ensures the following benefits to the organization: filling the roles by obtaining competent personnel. Staffing function is needed to fill the job positions. They will be of no use to a job position unless and until these are occupied by employees, and it is through staffing function only that employees are appointed to fill the vacant job position. Placing right person at the right job. Staffing ensures higher performance by placing right person on the right job. Definitely, student, when right person is appointed for the right job, definitely it will give a good result. So that can be done by the way of staffing process on the right job by proper recruitment and selection process. Growth of enterprise. Definitely enterprise growth can be possible, as when we are selecting the best employee for the organization, definitely it results in growth of the organization. Optimum utilization of human resources. Yes, definitely when we are appointing the right person for the right job, we are making optimum utilization of resources needed for the organization to be done. Through manpower planning and job analysis, we can find out the number of employees and type of employees required in the organization, so there are no chances of manning and shortage or underutilization of personnel. Helps in competing. Definitely, students, in a tough competitive world like today's world, there is very tough competition among the small business also and the big business also. Even the small business require the good qualified staff, because they also want to make growth and development, and their growth and development is definitely dependent on good staffs or the right person for the right job. So that helps the organization to compete in this competitive world. So the organization with efficient staff can easily win over its competitors. Next is improve job satisfaction and morale of the employees. Definitely students, in the staffing process it improves the satisfaction level of the employees, because right person, right candidate is getting the right job according to his experience. He will be developing more skill and experience regarding to the job, because he got the job what is needed, and the organization also appointed the right person for the right job. So staffing function does not end only with the appointment of employees. It includes training, promotion, compensation, etc. All these activities helps in motivating the employees and boost up the morale of the employees. Keys to effectiveness of other functions. No other function of management can be carried out without efficient staffing function, because all the functions are carried out with efficient staffing function, because all the functions are performed by human beings, and human beings join the organization by staffing functions only. So that is key to effectiveness of other functions. Staffing and human resource management point, when we see staffing and human resource management plays a very important role. Once again I want to recall first of importance, very important it is. Very you can see I am giving time, make a screenshot, have a recall of all the points what I had made you understand now. Whether it gets over. Now I can proceed with the next topic. Staffing and human resource management. The HRD department, you know student, has the scope of staffing has been enlarged. Now the staffing just doesn't mean only the selection of the people for the job, but also it means giving them proper training, giving them making their development. So all this process includes a long process, and when the process is long and huge, people are required for doing this process. So definitely a department is made, that is the HRD department, that is human resource development department. This department work is to make the staffing of the people, means selection of the best employee for the job. Second, after doing that, their work is to give them proper training right time to time to make development of the employees. And the next is to decide about the compensation of the people appointed in the organization, and also the particular survival of the people for a longer period of time. All these things are needed to be done by one department, that is known as the HRD department. Now I will be proceeding with the next topic, that is evaluation of human resource management. When we talk about evaluation of human resource management, when it got the idea to make HRD department. The concept of human resource management has developed as a slow process which involve following stages. First, students, when HRD not made, very first it was the line manager. With the emergence of industrial revolution, when the India find the industrial revolution has to be done, more and more industry has to be started up, the trade union activities become very active. When the trade union activities force management to appoint a person, so who will be doing appointment of the people, who could act as a link between owner and person, trade union leader. Now this resulted in an appointment of labor welfare officer, that is the LWO. Labor welfare officer work is to make a selection of the people and to think about the welfare of the employees, existing employees as well as the new employees. His role was limited to the welfare of employees only. He was not good. He was not so much good to the organization, because he was the welfare head of the employees. So he talks about every point from the employees' point of view. With the introduction of factory system, large number of laborers were employed under one roof. This resulted in appointment of one more person who was given responsibility of recruitment, selection and placement of person. But can you think one person is enough for doing all this process? No. So this person was known as personnel officer. Due to importance of human relation approach, means all the important above points shows one more department. Instead of one person, there must be one department. So they had arose the point of human resource development department. So that is the dynamic environment and changes taking place that arose the need for training and developing the employees to update their knowledge as a human relation approach, recognize human factors as most important. This requirement of human relation approach led to replacement of personal managers to human resource manager. So this was the point, student. When the industries find that there must be one department for the doing all this work, that is this you can see the diagram flowchart which give the approach of human resource development department. So when the industrial revolution started, there find the emergence of trade union and trade leader was appointed. That leader was known as labor welfare officer, but he was taking all the points related to employees benefit. So there was factory system started. Factory system personal officer, they find that in the factory system there must be one personal officer for doing the work of selection, recruitment and every training of the peoples. It finds dynamically it given the birth of which department? Human resource department. Okay, so that is the emergence of human resource development department. Now comes the present day human resource management concept include the following activities. Very first, human resource planning, student. It means determining the number and type of personnel required to fill the vacant job positions of an organization. Next is employing people, that is recruitment, selection and placement of personnel. Career growth, that is training and development of employees. Performance appraisal including feedback. Motivation by offering financial and non-financial incentives. Compensation means remuneration of employees keeping in mind their qualification. Providing social security means all those things what is required for doing a job during a job time and what is needed for the safety of the employee, that is also decided by the human resource development department. Review and audit of personal policies and procedure, that is also made by the human resource development department. Now comes staffing process, student. Staffing process, I will only just take a recall because it is if you want I will explain each and every point. The steps involved in the staffing process are are divided into 4 parts. Very first, estimating manpower requirement. Students, before doing staffing, it is not an easy task. First we have to decide manpower requirement, how many people are already working, how many people more we want, how many jobs are demanded new in the organization. Everything has to be decided. Then only finally by getting the number of employees for whom selection is needed, we will be doing selection of the people. Estimating manpower requirement. Staffing process begins with the estimation of manpower requirement, which means finding out the number and type of employees needed by the organization in near future. Manpower requirement is not only find out number of people needed but also the type of people. Type means it should be the qualification, education and background of the people whom we need to appoint. While assessing the type of manpower required, company should be made policy regarding number of people to be appointed from backward class, women force, minority, etc. For these 3 analysis has to be made. One is workload analysis, second is workforce analysis, and the third is comparing both to find out requirement. As I said, workload analysis, it is made so had to find the number and type of employee required for the job performance. Workforce analysis will tell us in the workload analysis the number we have taken already, how many people are working in that workforce. It shows analyzing existing workforce or employees already occupying the job position and how many is vacant post. Comparison, after finding out the number of overburden and underburden areas of department, we will find out how many employees can be shifted and how many more employees are still to be appointed, and then finally the staffing process will start. That is known as estimating manpower requirement. Recruitment, after we know how many vacancies there, the next process starts in recruitment. We will do recruitment means we will be putting an advertisement. It can be in the factory gates or with the help of newspapers or mass media, that we will be publishing that there is a vacancy in the organization. The people who are interested for the particular job vacancy will be filling the forms and will be submitting their CV so that their selection can be done. So it refers to the process of inducing the more and more people to apply for the job which in the organization. After assessing the number and type of employee required, the manager tries that more and more people should apply for the job. So this is recruitment. Next is the staffing process, selection process. Students, selection is the selecting the best employees. Means has all the employees cannot be selected. Now when there are more and more people for the particular vacant job position, now the company is having a choice that they can select the best employee who can be appointed for the vacant job position. And the last part is training and development. So here the point comes where the people who had been selected will get proper training related to the job so that they will not commit mistake at the time of doing job. And definitely development process in that compensation, more development, more safety measures what has to be provided to the employees who had been appointed will be seen in the development, so that their development will make development of the organization. So this was the staffing process student selection. So this was for today's revision class. Thank you. Next class I will proceed with the recruitment. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.